girlies. You know what we're talking about today? We're talking about thought awareness. Yep, we're talking about thought awareness. We're talking about thought awareness. The number one thing that's needed to manifest is a new mindset, a new perspective, a new thought pattern, a new thought pattern overriding the current thought pattern of the undesirable thing you want. So I'm going to actually talk about this because we hear all the time people say, live in the end, make sure your mental diet is good, make sure you're thinking from the perspective of you have it, whatever. But do you know how to actually do that? Do you know what that actually means, or like what you actually have to do? Because I feel like people don't often, and that's fine. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. That's why we're making this video, so we can talk about it and go over it, and I can help you with your thought awareness, how to be more in control of your thoughts, how to be more conscious of your thoughts, how to control your thoughts more when they are negative, and all of that jazz. Hey. If you want one-on-one coaching with me or some help with your thought awareness, link is in my description. I would love to help you. I do one-on-one sessions, and I also do replies if you need help here and there, but I would love to help you out if you're needing some one-on-one individual help, but link is in the description. So what is thought awareness essentially, and what is manifesting? So manifesting is changing our thoughts to reflect something different in our reality. We know that whatever we're thinking is going to show up in our reality, is going to be reflected in our reality. That is a result of our thoughts, our thinking, our thought patterns. So this really ties in with thought awareness, because if you're not aware of your thoughts, if you're not aware of what you're thinking about, what you're persisting on, how are you going to be able to catch it and change it to a new thought, you know? So thought awareness is just being more aware of the thoughts you are thinking throughout the day so that you're able to then apply self-discipline to flipping them. Simple. It's not a crazy concept. It's just being more aware of your thoughts. Exactly what it sounds like. Why is thought awareness so important? Thought awareness is so important because our thoughts dictate what we see. Our thoughts dictate what we're feeling. Our thoughts dictate what we're looking for. Our thoughts dictate the reflection of what we're seeing, how people are showing up, the opportunities we're getting, the success we're having, how we're viewing ourselves, how we're viewing other people, how we're viewing how other people view us. Thoughts create literally everything. So why it is so important to flip your thoughts and have thought awareness is so when you do have negative thoughts, you're able to flip them and you're able to create a different reality and a different story and a different alignment around you. Because that's what manifesting is. Manifesting is just flipping your thought to what you want to see instead of what you are seeing. How can you be more aware of your thoughts? We know, and you've probably heard me say this before, but we have 70,000 thoughts a day. Like, that is a lot of thoughts. And I don't want you to hear that and be overwhelmed. It's not overwhelming. It's fine. It's something you're completely in control of, because most of the time we're not thinking about our desire, those 70,000 thoughts a day, you know? Like, we are having other thoughts. So don't be overwhelmed by that. Controlling your thoughts is easy. Okay, it's easy, it's not hard, it's not complex, and you have to look at it as a habit. Our thoughts are habitual. They are habit-based. We think what's based off of habit. And you know what? When you're thinking a repeated thought pattern for so long, you start to feel as if it's true. You start to feel as it's directly personal to you, and it's just personal towards you as a person. It's not personal. The thought is not personal. What is showing up because of the thought feels personal as well. It's not personal. The collateral of your thoughts, the outside circumstances, are not personal or true. Let me give you an example. If I am continuously telling myself that I'm unlucky with people and people don't like me and people don't view me the way that I want them to view me, that is going to be that's going to show up around me. People are not going to like the way I am. People are not going to want to be with me. People are not going to want to, whatever it is, you know, they're not going to like me. And that's going to be reflected. And when you see that around you, and here's the thing, we're always trying to prove things to ourselves. Our mind doesn't like the unknown. So when we are having some thought, we are having two battling thoughts of like, I want people to like me, people don't like me. You're going to try to prove this to yourself. Okay? Whether you're affirming people do like me or people don't like me, I feel like people don't like me, whatever thought you're persisting in, you're trying to prove to yourself, because subconsciously that's how we are. We are trying to connect the dots all the time. So if I'm telling myself people don't like me and that is reflecting into the reality, or relationships never work out for me, people always leave me. If that's reflecting in your reality and people are leaving you, you're like, see, I was right. I protected myself, but that's not necessarily true. You're seeing it because you're affirming it. It's not that you are thinking the thought because it's actually happening. We think that the outside circumstance happens first, and then our thoughts happen, and then our emotions happen, and then our spiral happens. But people aren't just leaving you. People aren't just showing up undesirably first. Our thoughts are showing up about how people are undesirable. Then we're seeing it, okay? So the thought happened first, then the 3D circumstance is happening next, and then we see that, and then we think that's what happened first. And then we start spiraling about how people don't like us, how people always leave us, and then we're like, see, we're thinking this because it's already happened. No, this happened second. This didn't happen first. What happened first was that thought. So we want to flip that thought. So remind yourself, we are breaking a habit. Thoughts are habits. We're used to thinking them a lot of the time. Some people have thought them for years. Sometimes these are rooted thought patterns in our mind that we are breaking. We're breaking that habit, okay? So you have to look at it like this. You're gonna mess up sometimes. You're gonna affirm and then think about the old story sometimes. What matters is when you do notice you're not thinking from the perspective of what you want to see, you stop yourself, okay? And you remind yourself, I'm breaking this fucking habit. I'm gonna choose not to do this. I'm going to decide not to think from this perspective anymore, because our thoughts are our decisions. When we're conscious that we're thinking of a negative thought, it's our decision from that point forward how to think about that specific desire or that specific circumstance moving forward. So the goal is to find out a way to be more aware of these thoughts and our thoughts throughout the day, so that when we do notice an undesirable thought, we're able to stop, we're able to flip it, and we're able to think from the perspective of what we want to see. So say I'm thinking about my SP and I'm like, wow, they unadded me, like they don't like me, they told me they don't want to be with me, like whatever it is. I have to remind myself that I'm making a choice to think that. Look at what the neighbor gave us. Oh my god. Oh. She wants to watch me film and I said no. Talk about how your thoughts are decisions.
I thought that was already known.
So yes, our thoughts are decision. We know this. So let me talk about how to be more aware of your thoughts, so then you can make the decision to flip them. So being more aware of your thoughts is about, like I was saying, creating the habit of being more aware of them. The biggest thing I see people do with manifesting, the biggest fault ever, is people say their affirmations and they don't live in the end. There's a disconnect. You're saying your affirmations of everyone likes me, everyone wants to be with me, everyone loves the way I show up. But anytime you're thinking about yourself with another person, you're thinking about how no one likes you. You're thinking about how no one wants to be with you. Or say you have an assumption that everyone leaves you and you're telling yourself no one leaves me, no one leaves me. But then the minute your SP leaves you on red, you are freaking out. That would be considered affirming without living in the end. The goal is not to just say your affirmations. That's great. Keep saying them, baby. They're great. Affirming is amazing. But the goal is to flip the thoughts that you are just having throughout the day to what you want to see instead. Affirming helps jumpstart that habit, but you still have to be in control of your other thoughts throughout the day. In my opinion, that is the foundation to manifesting. It's not affirming. Affirming helps us be more aware of the thoughts and helps us with the story we want to align with, but we need to also be making sure you're flipping your thoughts when you do think about your desire. If I'm saying I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, and then every 2 seconds I'm worrying about my bills, I'm worrying about where my money's coming from, I'm worrying about how I never make enough money, I worry about how I'm not successful at all. Guess which one is going to manifest? It's the assumption I'm persisting in and living as, if it's true. I'm in the state of being broke. I'm in the state of identifying myself with that perspective, but I still am affirming my affirmations. But it's the state that really, really matters. It's the identification. It's the story you're living in. What I want you to do is any single time you think about your desire, we're going to use SP for an example, and then I'll do appearance. Anytime you think about your SP, I want you to just say, I'm thinking about my SP right now. So if you're going about your day and you're making dinner or something and you miss them, I'm thinking about my SP right now. If you're texting them, I'm thinking about my SP right now because you're texting them. If you're checking Snapchat and wonder, and you text them on Snapchat and they just pop in your head, okay, I'm thinking about my SP right now. Anytime throughout the day you're thinking about your desire, acknowledge it. I'm thinking about my desire right now. This is going to create the habit of being more aware of when that specific thing pops up in your mind. Because right now you probably aren't really aware of all the times it pops up in your mind. So we want to be more aware. So anytime you think about your desire, I'm thinking about it. Then I want you to ask yourself if you are thinking from what you want to see or what you're currently seeing. A simple base question. Am I thinking about what I want to see, or am I thinking about what I am seeing right now? So if I'm thinking about my SP hasn't really texted me, I feel like they never really initiate anything. I'm thinking about my SP right now. Okay, I'm thinking about it. Am I thinking about what I want to see, or am I thinking about what I am seeing in the 3D? Okay, I'm thinking about what I am seeing in the 3D because I don't want my SP to not initiate things. I don't want my SP to not make an effort. So I'm thinking about what I'm seeing right now, and I'm focusing on the 3D. Okay, and then if you do realize you're focusing on the 3D, I want you to ask yourself, what can I flip this thought to instead? Okay, so what could you flip a thought that's like my SP isn't initiating things. What could you flip that to? You could flip it to, oh, my SP is always initiating things, period. That's it. Then you move on. And those are the thoughts that matter. When your SP randomly pops up in your mind, when your SP leaves you unread, what are you thinking? Are you thinking about what you want to see, or are you thinking about what's showing up? And if you're thinking about what's showing up, I'm thinking about how they left me unread, you're going to stop yourself and then ask yourself, what's a thought you could think instead? That thought could be, my SP never leaves me unread, they're always chasing after me, period. And that's it. It's not a complicated thing. People just skip doing this. I don't know why. I don't know why people skip doing this. And I've told people from the start, if you do this, if you really develop thought awareness or mental diet, whatever you want to call it, you can have your desire exceedingly fast, but you have to apply this consistently whenever you think about your desire, okay? So let's apply it to appearance change. Say I'm manifesting weight loss, which I've already manifested. I'm still currently manifesting it, but I will make a video on it. Yes, I know you guys were eager for it. I'm so sorry. Anytime I look in the mirror, I'm thinking about my appearance right now, okay? Anytime I'm putting clothes on, I'm thinking about my appearance right now. Anytime I'm showering, I'm thinking about my appearance right now. Anytime I'm buying clothes, I'm thinking about my appearance right now. So anytime it comes up in my mind, I'm acknowledging I'm thinking about this right now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask myself, am I thinking about what I want to see, or am I thinking about what I am currently seeing that's undesirable? And then if I am, I'll flip it. So say I got up in the morning, lovely morning. Hello, everyone. I had a great night's sleep, I had a great dream. Let me go to the bathroom right now and let me brush my teeth. And I look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm not looking as good as I want to look. I feel like nothing's working. Is it working? Oh shit, I'm thinking about my desire right now. Okay, so there's the acknowledgement. I acknowledge, okay, I'm thinking about my desire right now. Am I thinking about what I want to see, or am I thinking about what I am seeing? Okay, I'm thinking about how I feel like it's not working. Okay, that's not what I want to see. So I'm definitely thinking about the 3D and what I don't want to see. So what's something I can flip this to instead? I can tell myself, okay, this is working, and no matter what I do, I'm going to get my desire. Okay, this is working, and no matter what I'm doing, I'm going to get my desire. That's it. It's as simple and easy as that. This is not a difficult thing, but that is how you develop thought awareness. Acknowledge anytime you are thinking about your thoughts so you can have more awareness of when you're thinking about this. And then you have to discipline yourself to stop it, because you have to remind yourself, again, this is a decision. Once you acknowledge, I'm thinking about my desire right now, you have the decision after that. It's your choice. Whether you live in the end or you live in the old story and focus on what you don't want to see, you're making that decision. So decide to live in the perspective of having what you want and being in control. And remember, like, your ability to flip thoughts, ability to live in the end, ability to control yourself when these thoughts do arise is based off of assumption too. If you tell yourself, I can never control my thoughts, I can never live in the end, I can never be consistent, that's going to manifest. So even be aware of how you're thinking about manifesting. Whenever you're thinking about manifesting, be like, I'm thinking about manifesting right now. How am I thinking? How am I expecting myself to show up with manifesting in the mix? How am I thinking my manifestations are going to show up? And just acknowledging, I'm thinking about my desire, I'm thinking about manifesting, because that will form the habit of being aware of when it is on your mind and when it's right here. But just because you're aware of the thought you're thinking doesn't mean you're flipping it. You really have to discipline yourself and remind yourself, I'm making the decision right now to think of what I want to think. And even if you don't make the decision to think from the end goal, you're still making a decision. The decision was you're not going to persist. Either way, you're making the choice, okay? So what is awareness without discipline? It's nothing. You're just being aware that you're now thinking from the old story. So you have to actually apply the discipline and apply the flipping thought. And it's not hard. It's really not hard. And don't go into it with the mindset that it's hard, because then it will be. It's easy, it's simple, and it's something you're 100% capable of doing. And the thing is, you have to be doing this. You have to have thought awareness. You have to do this. This is not something that's like, okay, well, I'll just robotic affirm instead. You have to robotic affirm and thought awareness. Because if you're robotic affirming, but you're not flipping any other thoughts throughout the day, and you're affirming for 6 hours, which again, I recommend not doing, because you don't want to create the assumption you need to do that to manifest. But say you're robotic affirming, and then when you're done robotic affirming, you affirmed for 10 minutes. Sammy's 10-minute method. We love Sammy's 10-minute method. You do the 10-minute method, and then throughout the day, you're like, oh, I don't have my desire. My SP isn't texting me. My SP hates me. My SP never initiates anything. There's only so much the affirmations are going to do, because you're still identifying with that state, identifying with that version of yourself that doesn't have it. So you have to have thought awareness and mental diet. This is not like, this is the foundation of manifesting. This is all that's needed. All that's needed is thought awareness. That's it. So tell yourself this is easy. I do this easily. It's not hard for me to do, you know, because period. But that's how you identify with a new story. That's how you become more aware of your thoughts. And that's how you manifest, period. This is not difficult. This isn't hard. And it's thoughts. We have control of our thoughts. Think about how many people are busting their ass right now to get their dream life, working incredibly long hours, busting their ass, stressed out of their mind, and you know how to manifest it with just your thoughts. That's a privilege. It's a privilege to know this. It's a privilege to even be in the lifetime right now where manifesting is on your phone and you can literally look at this video and watch me talk about it. It's a privilege. It really is. So use that. You have the ability to get whatever the fuck you want by literally thinking it. And you're already thinking throughout the day, you know? So just be more aware of those thoughts and you could see how much boom, boom, boom changes. And I've talked to people that have got my coaching for an extended period of time and they're like, it's not clicking. And then randomly it just clicks. And they're like, oh my God, it was just my thought awareness. It was just the thoughts that I was thinking. And I'm like, yeah, it's as simple as that. And then you see movement very fucking fast. Once you develop the thought awareness and that thought discipline to flip those thoughts and that acknowledgement, you can see movement very quickly and very intense. But that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, watching this video has helped you manifest. Say it with me, watching this video has helped me manifest. Watching this video has helped me manifest. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.